Boy, did Bruce Timm make an ass of himself with this one. I am currently finishing up my videos on my review of Batman Cape Crusader. Those will be out soon. It took a little bit because I've tried to watch one episode at a time to really get a idea for how it was and all of that to get going. So those videos will be out soon. But Bruce Timm, the man people laud as the one responsible for Batman, the animated series, and how good it was, and how he invented Harley Quinn and all of this stuff associated with it. I'll go into why I'm sounding sarcastic when it comes to that shortly. Bruce Timm, in his Batman Cape Crusader, decided to gender swap the Penguin, and it was horrible. That's really the only way it was horrible. The Penguin looked like just Penguin in drag, like Penguin with breasts. That was about it. It was not good. It was not good at all. It was absolutely ridiculous. The whole episode and everything was total nonsense, but that's what he did. And to make it even worse, when you find out the reason why he did it, boy, did I tell you, boy, Bruce Timm made a real ass of himself with this one, and apparently he figures people are too stupid to call him out on it. So let's get into this one here. This article from Bounding into Comics. Batman Caped Crusader showrunner Bruce Timm says Penguin was gender swapped because one of the problems with Batman, as he is there's a lack of good villains. Now, I don't know what Bruce Timm is smoking. I really don't. Because Batman has one of the greatest, or quite possibly the greatest rogues gallery in all of comic book history. I mean, if you're a criminal and you end up on Batman's rogues gallery, you set for life. You could brag till the day something scratch you off and you good with that, because that is a height most criminals never get to. But Batman has an astounding rogues gallery. Really, an absolutely astounding rogues gallery. One, and this is probably quite possibly the greatest in all of comic book history. There is the thing about Batman's rogues gallery is that there's so much diversity to it. You understand me? Even if some villains may kind of copy the other, there are villains that are unique, that balance out the scales and everything like that. I mean, come on, he has Killer Croc. That should tell you something right there. The joke. I mean, this man literally turned comedy into mass murder with his rogue gallery. Come on, now. But no, Bruce Timm believes that Batman don't have any good villains. What a moron. Let's get into what he has to say here. According to showrunner Bruce Timm, the Penguin was gender swapped for Batman Cape Crusader because both he and series executive producer James Tucker felt that The Dark Knight lacked good villains. I just wonder what the hell wrong with these people. Check this. Penguin just looks like basically Penguin in drag with lipstick and breath. I mean, this does not look good at all in any way, shape, or form. Timm, whose other additional DC animated credits include co-creating Batman the Animated Series and helping oversee the subsequent DCAU that followed, provided this insight into his creative process while speaking to the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, otherwise known as the Television Academy, regarding Batman's latest television adventure. Before I go further into that, let me just say, I talk about how he co-creating Batman the Animated Series and all of this. A lot of people, this was a rumor kind of thing that I heard before. Actually, it was two rumors, but I'll do the first one first. I'll get to the second one after. A lot of people have said that Paul Dini was actually the real mastermind behind Batman the Animated Series and most of the DCAU and everything that followed. they say that Paul Dini was the one who was actually doing it. That's why some people refer to it really as the Diniverse. He was the one who was the real mastermind behind that. And that Bruce Timm, even though he was actually trying to, he was actually the one who was, getting the credit and stuff like that. He would have ideas, but without Paul Dini actually flushing it out, straightening it up, making it what it was, none of what we saw would have been good at all. And I've actually heard Aaron Sparrow say something in regards to that. I heard him in a video a while back speak about it and talk about how Paul Dini wasn't getting the recognition that he deserved, and that he was the one who was the real mastermind behind the CAU and all of this. So I wouldn't doubt it. Aaron Sparrow does know his stuff, and this is something I had actually heard myself years ago when people was saying it was just a rumor. I didn't want to say well, okay, it's true. I'll just say, but if it was a rumor that Paul Dini was really the one who was behind this. Now the thing about it is that when Bruce Timm is left to his own devices, the kind of stuff that you get isn't always very good at all. You could see with this and how they basically gender swap the penguin and all of this nonsense. It's basically people that say that basically him putting his own fetishes into this kind of stuff where, he wanted to see the penguin as a woman and decided to go about and do that. I mean, there's also, and this was also another rumor some years ago that, Bruce Timm was basically obsessed with the fact that when he was working with Batman Emergency, that he wanted Batman and Barbara Gordon to hook up. Like the rumor was that he was literally obsessed with pushing that idea, that he wanted that to happen, that he wanted Bruce Wayne to go with this teenage girl who was his best friend's girl. He wanted that to happen. That's what he was pushing. When they finally did get it in the comics, that's what he was pushing for. And it was creepy and weird in the comics anyway, but that's what was going on. So yeah, there are some kind of rumors in regards to it, like I say, with what happens to Bruce Timm. And now that he's been left to his own devices, we kind of see any nonsense that he's doing. But let me continue on here. Asked by the Academy's Christine Champagne as to why he made the choice to turn the penguin into a woman, Timm recalled, James and I were talking about the overview of the show, and we said one of the problems with Batman as he is there's a lack of good villains. You've got Catwoman, you've got Poison Ivy, you've got Harley Quinn. But it would be really good to have more female villains. And off the top of my head, I said, we never really could figure out exactly what to do with the penguin. What the gimmick for the penguin would be. What if we gender flip the penguin? What do you mean you couldn't figure out what to do with the penguin? The penguin is basically boils down to just two things. Well, basically one, penguin is a gangster who looks like a penguin. He dresses with the suit and the top hat and thing, and he got the pointy nose and he's short and all this. He looks like a penguin. That's why he's called the Penguin. You understand me? He has his umbrella that has a blade in it and shoots bullets and all kinds of it. That's Penguin. Penguin's whole thing is that he's Penguin. But you were like, we never could figure out exactly what to do with the penguin. What do you mean you couldn't figure out what to do with the penguin? It's right there what to do with the penguin. And I actually watched the episode, like I say, if they had not gender flipped the penguin or anything like that, you could have just done the same thing with the episode. It would have worked out. Or you could have put in another female villain, because he comes in here and says that, one of the problems with Batman is, as he is, there's a lack of good villains. You've got Catwoman, you've got Poison Ivy, you've got Harley Quinn. But it would be really good to have more female villains. So you're basically saying Batman don't have any good female villains. Let's take a look at some of Batman's female villains. He doesn't believe it. We have Nora Freeze, Madame Zodiac, Magpie, the Mime, Nocturna, Orca, Pix, Lady Spellbinder, Poison Ivy, Sophia Falcone. You could have put Sophia Falcone in there because she is a gangster. You understand me? You could have put her in there to be the one running this thing, but no, let's gender flip the penguin. You have Whip, Silken Spider, Whisper Adair. I've heard about Whisper Adair in a while. Dragonfly, Penumbra, Tiger Moth, Echo. I know that's not MCU's Echo. Query, Fright, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul would have been excellent to have in there. Another amazing female character. She's literally the daughter of the demon's head. She's literally the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. Come on. Harley Quinn, Lady Shiva. Lady Shiva, the most dangerous woman in the world. You know how many amazing and cool things you could do with that concept? No. Lynx, Nissa Ratko, Lady Clayface, Roxy Rocket, Vox, Ventriloquist. Yeah, she's basically like same thing with Scarf, is all of that. Yeah. Big Top, The Absence, Scorpiana, Sister Crystal, White Rabbit, Dala, Harpy, Witch, Celia Kazatnakis or something, so Jezebel, Jet, Alexandra Kosov, Margon. If you really wanted to play off this whole mother-like thing about it, you could have gone with Margon. She literally used to run an orphanage in Gotham that was a front for training killers. You could have gone with Margon, but no, let's gender flip the Penguin. I still have more. We could go Vanity, Dr. Francine Langstrom, Amber Adiri, Bruno. You could have gone with Bruno. Bruno literally has swastikas on her breast, tattooed on her breast. How many things could you do with that? Duella Dent as well. I mean, look at all these amazing villains, you female villains you could have gone with. No, you decided to gender flip the Penguin because your crappy result is that, Batman don't have any good female villains. I tell you, Bruce Timm thinks people are stupid. So they figure you could just come out and say this nonsense and then everybody's just going to believe him when he says this crap. Not a chance in hell, man. This is what you do. You gender flip the Penguin. This basically looks like the Penguin with drag. That's it. That is it. What was the point of this? I have no idea. You had all those other amazing female villains that I just let know that you could have taken any one of them and done a really good story with them, but no. No. This is what happens when Bruce Timm is left to his own devices. Interjecting with his own recollection, the aforementioned Tucker noted, when he said maybe we can gender flip Penguin, I got this flood of ideas. I was thinking of Marlene Dietrich in a tuxedo and Cabaret, the musical and the art form of Cabaret, and I just started drawing. I instantly got a flood of ideas. Also, I was thinking a little bit of Harvey Feinstein and Hairspray and Divine. It was like I knew instantly what it could be. Except this doesn't look anything like Marlene Dietrich. This just looks like the Penguin in drag. It doesn't look good at all. This really looks ugly. That's all. That's all. This just looks like the Penguin with lipstick and eyeshadow and breasts. That's it. Disturbing. That was the mission statement for the show in general. To do something that harkened back to the original but flip it. We've seen live action and animated versions of Batman on TV, so God forbid they do something good. Taking his statement at face value, one can only wonder if this is truly Timm's personal sentiment towards the Dark Knight's Rogues Gallery, whether or not he's ever truly paid attention to the very property he's worked on. From Bane to the Riddler to the Joker to even Timm's own personal creation of Harley Quinn. Again, yes, if I come with the idea, but I believe as has been said, Paul Dini is the one who actually flushed out all of this. But okay. Batman foes are some of the most recognizable and compelling throughout not just comic book canon, but the entirety of worldwide pop culture. Like I said, Batman's Rogues Gallery is really the greatest Rogues Gallery ever. Literally ever. And you trying to tell me your best thought about that is to just go in there and gender flip the Penguin. That was your brilliant idea, and your reason for doing it is that Batman doesn't really have any good villains. if he's just talking about female villains, I just listed out a few of them there, and that's only some. There are some female villains of Batman. And first, I was just one-off villains. They just showed up once and you never saw them again. You could have gone back, done research, brought back any one of them, and done something really amazing with it. But no, let's just gender flip the penguin and tell everybody, hey, no, Batman don't have any good ideas. Like, anybody's actually supposed to believe that crap. Batman has an amazing rogues gallery, and Bruce Timm is just a moron. That's it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.